Hello, good morning to you. Welcome to Business. Head of Research at the Bank of Ghana, Philip Otu, has assured that the new guidelines issued to commercial banks for foreign exchange trading will complement efforts by government to stabilize the local currency. According to him, the cedi's appreciation against the major trading currencies will improve further to ensure the stability is sustained. Philip Otu spoke to Joy Business at the sidelines of the graphic business Stanbic breakfast meeting held in Accra, bringing that story in a subsequent bulletin. Let's turn on to the other story, and we have following the U.S. move to halt all waivers of sanctions on import of Iranian oil, energy expert Ishmael Ejukunhene says forming an African regional cartel would be an option. Sharing his thoughts on the marketplace earlier, he noted, however, that the efficiency of such a bloc will depend on the total market share of crude oil produced on the continent. Ishmael Ejukunhene says the petroleum cartel can help to cushion its citizens from the harsh impact of global oil geopolitics.
You know, to form a cartel, you competing, in Africa, it's only Nigeria that is a very heavy player. Of course, you have Angola as well. But if we all come together, what would be our market share? Okay. If it's still not going to be significant, then we can't make a difference. But it's important that we see what leverage we have as Africans. Whether or not Nigeria will be prepared to come on, form a cartel or come into a coalition with Ghana, Angola, Equatorial Guinea. Bottom line is, what impact are we going to make even if we decide to keep or reduce or increase our production? I think it's market shares and the quantum of your contribution to the market that would give you the power to act as a cartel or not. But going forward, depending on how many more discoveries we're going to make, we could consider looking at that. But I don't think that will be a solution for the short to the medium term. It's probably a long-term solution that we're looking at here if we decide to form a cartel or something like that.
So do you think it is time to say, hey, let's halt our export of the portion of oil that we produce here and use it for the time being, and then later on try to export it again when normal conditions return?
Two issues here. One is whether our domestic production will be able to meet our entire demand. We know that on a daily basis we need something in the region of 100,000 and 120,000 barrels to meet our domestic demand. Are we in a position, are we producing that much? That's the first question. The second question, and I guess that's the most important question or issue that we all need to avail our minds to. Even if all the Jubilee partners, including GNPC, decide to sell their products, mind you, if we decide to buy every crude produced from the Jubilee field, it's going to be at the going market price, okay? So maybe the only advantage would be that the money wouldn't leave the country or wouldn't have to find those monies to import. But whether we import or we are buying from the Jubilee partners, they're going to sell it to us at the price that they would have obtained if they are sent it to Rotterdam or wherever they would have sent it.
Now, the Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly, KMA, says all new market constructions within the metropolis will now be insured. The move is to cushion the local assembly from losing its investments during emergencies like fire outbreaks. Chief Executive of the authority, Osesi BNP, believes this will help to protect investments in government installations in the face of rampant fire outbreaks within the Ashanti region. He revealed this when he toured aspects of the markets affected by last week's fire outbreak with NABMO officials. Prince Apia reports.
Nanekua Santoa is a seamstress here at the Safo Market, where many wares were affected by the Sunday fire. She lost almost 30,000 worth of investment in her business.
I
am a seamstress. I've lost everything in my shop.
On Sunday, I brought in new materials and machines. I have 5 different machines in the shop. All is worth almost 30,000 cedis. I've lost everything in the fire.
A normal was shop and video grab 5. Normal war. So me getting to 300 and something million.
She's one of the many traders here who didn't insure their wares and cannot come to terms with the situation. Ikuya tells me she's not aware of insuring a business like hers.
As for insurance, in this market, I don't believe any of us insured our wares. I now understand it is important, so I will insure my business when I get back on my feet. The interesting thing is that even the Safo market, according to KMA, has not been insured. City Mayor Osesi says no company is interested in insuring the facility because of its state.
No, looking at this property that you saw, no insurance company will insure it because it's older than yourself. It's older than yourself, and no insurance company will risk to insure such a facility.
Meanwhile, KMA has revealed all new markets will now be insured to offset government investment in its facilities during situations like fire outbreaks. City Mayor Osesi again.
All the new markets that are coming, we have insurance packages for it. The KGTR Central Market, there's an insurance package for it. Every new market that is going to be built by Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly, we will make sure it's insured.
Perhaps more education on insurance is needed to ensure more people in the informal sector cushion themselves against natural disasters. Prince Apia reporting.
And that's all in business for now. Back to Ben.
Thank you very much, Emmanuel Abuajiriafi, for that. In sports, we look forward to the EPL title decider between Manchester United and Manchester City later at Old Trafford tonight. Do stay for details.